a political program, and this is not politics. This is the word of God from our perspective, but it's political in that it's pointing to government, and that pointing is that the government is our problem. Go ahead, Mark.
Exactly. So you spoke truthfully there. You know, I keep going back to, for something for the viewers to listen to, is that when Dorban Brown's wife tried to sue DeKalb County,
right,
she was turned down by the Supreme Court. You know what?
Right.
And by the way, who's to say what he didn't try to fix is the problem now?
Exactly.
Who's to say that that's not the problem that we see now is what he gave his life for?
Exactly.
And he didn't give his life in vain.
That's right.
You see, he saw a county that was full of
corruption,
organized violence, organized gangs.
Yes, sir.
Even in the police department.
That's right.
He didn't give his life in vain.
Right.
And then when this lady, and I'm not prejudiced, but when this white lady, her husband, which is the judge, who should have been killed by Brian Nichols to begin with, because the day before they had a knife in his shoe.
That's
he was a problem child to begin with.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? When she gets ready to sue, she gets an open door.
That's right.
And then we stand by. We're not outraged that this is happening.
That this is happening.
You know, that injustice is flowing.
That's right.
Like a river.
That's right.
And wicked like a mighty stream.
And the civil rights organizations are sitting back trying to couch this same rhetoric of we shall overcome and we need to march and we's black, and that lie is no longer going to stand.
It's dead.
It's 770-559-2999. You can't prove it in a court of law. I've approached some of the most intelligent, powerful civil rights organizations in this city about this term black. Legal people. These people, like the Muslim community had their lawyer on. That's who Lorraine was protecting me from. She did not want me to ask this lawyer, how is it that you can say you're concerned about this one incident, but when you have a nation of people who don't know their identity, and you are in concert with the lie that we black, and you continue to say that we are against the government, you working in concert with the government.
You know, that is very profound, because let me tell you something. I went to a Black Panther meeting, and you was there as well.
Yes, sir. Exactly. The new Black Panther. Let's keep that up front.
And some things were said, and I won't repeat them. I won't repeat them for the sake of not repeating it.
Right.
But anytime I go somewhere like that and these things are said, I know who you riding with.
Right.
Because you don't say those things in the open.
Right.
Those things are said privately.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But if you're going to portray a certain image.
Right.
And try to make me think that this is what you're about.
Right.
I automatically knew right then, hey, this is not for me.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Are these revolutionaries or are they mercenaries?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Or are they sheep or are they wolves in sheep's clothing? And I don't mean to disperse, cast a bad light on them, but your motive, and if you look at what you've already been around this United States trying to portray, you haven't done one single thing.
Right.
No, I mean, yeah, you talk.
Right.
But what have you done?
Well, not only this, they still worshiping the same God that they say they're against, that being the European, they still worshiping his God, still carrying the names of the Muslim or the Arab community, but have no direct contacts with that community. Because if they did, they wouldn't be calling themselves black. They would have a tangible, documentable line to the people that they say that they descend from in Arabia.
You know, and I know right now, I done made a lot of enemies. Okay. But let me just say this right here. Only God can judge me.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And you won't know how many people dress like me.
That's right.
It's a million dressed like me. And that's why I'm saying that if we can sit down and truthfully dialogue, if the governor, this is something the governor really is supposed to be on. Right. You have a state of emergency. Right. Your city, your state. Right. Could be burning in the morning.
It could be, because another killing, something's going to break out.
Nobody want to sit down and dialogue with us.
The key is it that they're trying to push that? Is that the direction that they can invoke martial law? Right. They've already done the Patriot Act. Right. They've already put all these Homeland Security type measures in place. Now these killings will help to push further where they can have,
on a grassroots
you see
level.
what I'm saying?
Because on a national level,
right.
if you remember when Chavez came over and he said about Bush,
right.
and then all of a sudden Danny Glover going, yeah. But look, you just
hammer pointed right to him, didn't
what you just did was reveal who you were.
Exactly, and who you with.
And who you riding with.
Right.
And then this man talking about how he against Bush and everything, and he smelling like sulfur, but you still selling me oil.
Then he turned right around and increased the amount of oil being sold.
Set up.
So we're talking about, once again, the kings of the earth in concert together, working to flush out the people of God so that they can kill them.
Only God can judge me.
770-559-2, where you at? Christians and Muslims. Y'all in the penitentiaries, you in the schools, you all over, you on TV. If you look all over this city, Mark, white people control the media, print media, advertising media, control of radio. They control every component of media that's in this country. Now, we helped build this country. You trying to tell me if the co-builders of the country don't have right to having their own radio, television stations, movie theaters, and so forth? Magic Johnson bought the movie theater, and the only thing he's promoted is white folks in their movies. Not to say he hadn't played most of ours, but 770-559-2999. This is a special report, an edition of Issues. We want to talk to you as it concerns the killings in the DeKalb and the killings that we see all across this country. And your civil rights leaders, the people who keep pointing you back to Washington, haven't been able to do a thing. And your vote didn't mean nothing to that 88-year-old woman. Let me read to you in Psalms 91. Because what a lot of people try to say is if you read the Bible, that makes you some kind of Bible nut. No, what that does is make you one who looks to the source for reason and understanding what we see happening in today's environment. In Psalms 91, it says this, and ultimately this is what we'll have to look to. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I say of Yah, he is my refuge and my fortress, my El, in whom I will trust. El is a Hebrew word for Elohim, a multi-plural word that means the God family. I will say of Yah, he is my refuge and my fortress and my Elohim, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler, from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover you with feathers, and under his wings shall you trust. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. You shall not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Only with your eyes shall you behold and see the reward of the wicked, because you have made Yah, which is my refuge, even the Most High, your habitation. Mark, how is it then that we can begin to affect change when there's so much overwhelming power of the control of the media through the very government that we know that the Most High is going to come back to destroy?
Well, I thank the Most High for allowing me to be living in this particular time, this particular age, because it's the regathering of his people, you know what I mean, conscience-wise, you know, and I'm glad, like I say, when I'm talking to you now, I'm talking to the people out there, I see behind the scenes, I see the Most High, the holy angels, all of them watching this show right here now. And they're watching them when the things that I say and how I say it, and all mistakes are mine, and all praises is due to the Most High.
That's right.
And you know, it comes back to the chief of police, how he tried, and if you can't see this, first you make a mistake and kill the elderly woman. Then you go back and you try to cover the mistake up. You make it worse.
Right.
You know, and because, again, you have not seen this informant. You haven't even seen the agent who say he bought this stuff from this particular place. You see what I'm saying? And there was no prior history and my condolences to the family.
Absolutely.
There's no private history of this woman ever conducting such activity.
Have never even had a criminal record.
So I don't want to get away from that and let that be the focus, is that if we don't sit down and reason together, we will perish.
We're going to die like food. Now, when we talk about the comparison between Chief Pennington and the